Yeah, boom, 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 boom. My grandfather used to tell me, like,
welcome to Lost Culture,
the good
one-stop
die young,
destination for
everything that he
pop
said
culture.
proven.
My name's
Ever since
Astøn, and I'll be your
Dale
host
died,
for
it got my
today's
head
episode
ruined.
of
My
Power
prayers go out
Season
to his
4,
loved
Episode
ones. I'm
2.
sitting here
Things are going to get worse. On this recap, we're going to cover everything that happened in the show, and just going to jump right into it. Boy, a lot happened this episode. I love how the episode opened with Ghost, like, spitting blood inside the toilet. When he looked in the mirror, everything is blurry. Like, he doesn't even recognize. I love how how when he looks in the mirror, it's blurry. When he looks at himself, it's like he doesn't even recognize himself. And it happens over and over again, like throughout the whole show. Anytime you see Ghost and he sees a mirror, his image is always blurry. It's never a perfect image of Ghost inside the mirror. And I think it's crazy how that's going on. We see he's not holding up too well. He got to pretend to be a punk. He has to, what else he had to do in jail? He had to deal with people trying to take advantage of him. Oh boy, with the biscuit. Bruh, come on. The biscuit was silly as hell. I love the biscuit scene. The old boy hit him with the, basically they hit him with the, you want your cornbread? And it's crazy how he handled it. I love how he handled it real quick, but at the same time, he put himself on the map a little bit, even though he's already on the map because obviously he's James St. Patrick. He's the rich club owner, killed the FBI agent, and his trial is getting real public thanks to Proctor. And we see anytime he has his meetings with Proctor, he's basically just assessing the whole situation. We see Proctor even gets to the situation like when everything is going down, he's like, bro, it ain't looking too good for you, homeboy. Like, you may have to snitch. Like, and it's cool to see that, like, see it goes like, nah, I can't even do that. Like, regardless of if it's my life or Tommy's life, it's gonna have to be my life because I can't put Tommy up like that. I can't. So I can't save my life but throw Tommy's life away. So I'm glad to see Ghost sticking up like that. I'm glad to see when he did the whole trial and thing. For this boy to be a drug dealer slash murderer, he can't lie for shit. He cannot lie. And that sucks that I don't understand how you this big of a drug dealer and can't lie. So that's one issue. And I love how when Proctor was interviewing James, we see that John is actually interviewing Angela. And the whole time, like, they're asking very similar questions and getting very similar answers, and they both come to the conclusion like, look, we can't put you on the stand. We cannot use you because you're gonna fuck up our trial. Like, there's no other way around it. You're gonna mess up our trial. And it's crazy to think of that. Like, I'm glad to see they're both scared to put their leading, like, to put their weaknesses on the map. Like, we see that. We see John and Proctor, and they two are very similar. These two think alike. I love how the way John shoots his shit, but we'll get to John later. So we see all that popping off with Jamie. We see when Jamie calls Tommy, he's damn near in tears. That boy is broken down, battered, and I love seeing Ghost like that. Not because he really is my favorite character. I hate to see him like all broken down, but I love to see a new side of Ghost, because we never seen the vulnerable side of Ghost. We see he's actually tearing up when he's talking to the kids. We see that the kids know after everything, all the stuff, all my accomplishments do not amount to what I've done with you. So them having those kids make his life that much better. I'm glad to see that from Ghost, to see that kind of pop off like that. Now, going on from there, what else do we got popping off with young Ghost? We see he's like, what else is going on with Ghost? God, man, something happened in this episode. We see Ghost when he's walking down the aisle, walking down the hallway with C.O. Williams, telling him about how the needle feels and everything. And even though it's not like, you don't see Ghost let it, like, Ghost doesn't like let it phase him like in front of Williams. He just, like, he just chills with it, grooves with it, but we see it does affect him later on when he's on his own, or he's talking to family and everything, knowing that he has the death penalty looming over him. It's really messing with his psyche, it messing with his mental, and I want to see how he bounced back from it. I want to see how he managed to sharpen tighten up in jail, even though he knows he had the death penalty looming over his head. He got every other thing going on everything else going on in the situation with life. So moving on to there, we're gonna move to young Kanan, young 50. I love 50. Now I have to like applaud him for his shameless self promo. I love his self promo here. And you know what I'm talking about. Down in the basement, he's damn near choking out Dre. We see like 4 stacks of effing vodka. Like, bruh, really? Really, Fifth? I fuck with you. Like, I really do. I like it. I understand what you're doing. I really do like it. And I respect it on a whole nother level. So going there, we see Kanan got so much going on. Kanan don't have too much going on. There's a couple little things here and there. We see Kanan is mentoring Tariq. Anytime Tariq is like stressed out, we see Tariq is hitting up Kanan. Now, we see Kanan is lying to, when Tariq brings up the name Kanan, we see Kanan just brush it off like, look, it's somebody we grew up with back in the neighborhood. He gonna tell him he's Kanan, but he tell him, look, it's somebody we grew up in the neighborhood. And we see he is really messing with Tariq's like mind and shit. Like we see, and he tells him, "Oh, when it comes to your dad, he did that. I know Ghost. Ghost did that." And he tells him when he didn't make bond with him, he's like, "Yeah, because he's guilty." And I love how he gets Tariq to go see his dad by telling him, "Look, let's play the part." Like I just like it's really more because he wants info, but I love to see him like playing the part. Going on from there. I love how he flipped on Dre this episode. He let Dre know, you're no longer, like, you're not paying me no more to stay away from Tariq. Now you're paying me to keep you alive. And that's really going to put some pressure on Dre. I actually see Dre now, with that situation, just let Tommy know. He's between a rock and a hard spot. Either let Tommy know, or keep dealing with Kanan. We see Kanan is so reckless with it. Kanan's in the clubs. We see Kanan moving out in the streets. Kanan is mad reckless. He's still living in the house with the old lady he killed that. So Kanan is mad reckless. And he's definitely leading Tariq down this dark path. I don't understand why Tariq is going. I understand he has a lot of stuff going on in his family life and at home and everything. But Tariq, I wish he was a little bit more mature to understand what's going on in these situations. Like, maybe this isn't the best way for me to handle stuff. But we see he really is taking a liking to the stuff that Kanan's teaching him. We see Kanan telling him how to break into the house and whatnot. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this next time. So we see I like to see how he's smart. He understand, like he can catch on to stuff off the first time. But beyond that, he's dumb because he doesn't have to do that stuff. He really doesn't have to do it. So that's really all we have from Kanan this episode. I don't really remember too much more from Kanan, just the little incident with Dre and then an incident with Tariq, a little situation with Tariq. So moving on to Dre, I love Dre this episode. We see Dre stepping up. We see a little montage of Dre selling drugs, running the club. We see all that going on. What's up with Dre? We see Dre really stepping up as a baby Ghost. He even mimics Ghost, the way we always see Ghost hanging over the rail in Truth. We see Dre is putting most of his time down in Truth. We see he using James's office as his own office. He came up with the whole plan on how to order drugs, how to sell the drugs in the club, how to make the receipts look like the how the receipts match the drug sales and everything. So it's good to see how all that is working out in the situation. I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen when old girl figure out. It's not too long before she figures out what's really going on in the club. So I'm going to see how that turns out when Dre got to figure out with that and figure out with Tommy and Kanan. I feel like him and Kanan, at this point, like I said, he's in that hard spot. He has no choice but to go holler at Tommy, let Tommy know the truth, and figure it out. So either he's gonna put his life in Tommy's hands or in Kanan's, even though it's basically the same thing. It's a gamble either way. At least with Tommy, he had a chance to prove he has a chance to earn his loyalty by letting him know, hey, Kanan's still alive. That's a situation. He's holding my daughter kidnapped and all that shit. That's his best way to go. That's honestly his best way to go. That's the best way to go. So for Dre, beyond the drug sales and everything, besides the little meetings in the club about drug charges, I feel like Dre's gonna be the one to find out that Sandoval hid the gun. Like, they have cameras in his office. I don't know if they actually shoot to the bar, but I'm pretty sure they have. Well, I know they have cameras in the club because we've seen it in season 3 when they broke into the club that they had cameras in the office. So that's not gonna be an issue at all. They're definitely gonna like find a way to show that Sandoval played that gun. They're gonna find a way to get Ghost out of that one. Now, moving on to young Proctor. My boy Proctor out here like a young Johnny Cochran. We see he's up in the media. He's making a race issue. So that right there is like, and makes like an uphill battle for the prosecutors. We see, what else is he pushing for? We see when he's talking to Ghost, when he's talking to Tommy. We see Tommy let him know that, look, if Ghost go down, you're dead too. If Ghost dead, you dead too. There's no there's nothing else about it. Like, that's how it is. That's how it's going down this week. We see what else going on with Proctor. We don't get to see his wife, don't get to see his kid. We get to see he's still talking to everybody around the situation, but we do find out a little backstory about John and Proctor. We found out they actually have a rival going on, and these two are very similar. We obviously knew they knew each other, but it looks like as far as cases go, Proctor has the up on John. John really does fear Proctor as a lawyer, even though it didn't come off like that in episode 1. It seemed like John was very confident in his skills, as well as confident that he was a much better lawyer than Proctor. But we see in this episode, Proctor actually won the last trial between these two, where they were on opposite sides, and we see that John actually fears Proctor a little bit. Like, he sees his antics in the media as a way to get him distracted, that he might actually call Angela to the stand. And I'd love to see that. We get to see that even though he's mad confident with the case, he's definitely mad. He's mad, like, when it comes to Proctor, he's mad insecure, especially since he got that leg up on him from the last trial. So he's going to do everything he can to get that figured out. And I respect that. He needs to do that. Going on to young Angela. Boy, Angela got some shit to deal with. She brought this case in, and then it turns out this case is a double-edged sword. This is Angela's double-edged sword. Regardless of what happens, she's done. Donezo. Donezo. There's nothing. The same sword she chose to stab Jamie with is also going to stab her. And we've seen that multiple times. Now we see she's actually being pushed out of the case. We see anytime she's not there, they're talking about throwing her under the bus. And the only issue with throwing her under the bus, they kind of have to pull them, they have to brace themselves out. So to run over Angela, they have to like bump themselves. And they don't want to hurt themselves in the case. Like, they don't want to get a gash or anything. Using the blade theory, using the blade analogy, they don't want to have to cut themselves either. Like, sometimes you have to lose a hand to win the war, and they don't want to lose a part of their mystique just so they can take down Angela, which is cool and all. Like, they definitely want to take down Angela with the whole case. If it gives them St. Patrick, they're willing to give up Angela. And at the same time, with that going on, they figure out they're in with Ghost could be the same way they used to catch Tommy. And they get Tommy, then they got James as a conspiracy and everything. And they wrap this whole holy trinity up. They got all three of them up, nice little rap. And it's all good. So I definitely want to see how that turns out for Angela. She's damned if she do, she damned if she doesn't. I don't know why she's helping out. She know they're trying to throw her under the bus. I think she feels like if she continues to help out, she will somehow earn their trust again and find a way to get herself under the bus. But she's screwed already. The moment she brought this case in, she was screwed. And we see that every time they mention the case, like, oh, we can't have Angela on it, we can't have Angela in sight, blah, blah, blah. Another thing is going on. What else is going on? Even when she starts to question the gun, like, obviously the gun is stupid. Why would he hide the gun in truth? Like, the club is tied to him. The club is tied to him. Why would he hide it in his own property? And why would he hold on to the gun? So Sandoval was smart for holding on to the gun in season 1. it's probably gonna come out and bite him in the ass, but again, bite him a little bit more time. And bite him a little bit, just a smidge. So going on from there, so we see Tasha comes, pays Angela a visit, and in that visit, Tasha finds out through Angela that Greg was her ex-boyfriend. So it shows motive as to why James would want to kill him. And I don't understand why Tasha got mad in the situation. Like, what's the point of getting mad for? Like, why? You don't want the nigga, like, you don't want to know more. You're obviously upset with the whole situation. I don't know why you mad at her. Like, there's no reason to be mad at that situation. But I think she's more upset that she found out more information that she really didn't know about. Because she's like, oh, first of all, Ghost wouldn't kill a cop. Ghost never mentioned this guy to me, so he has no reason to kill him at all. And then Angela drops a little bomb on him, like, oh, I should fight you, but I'm a cop. But really? Really? So, going on from there, it's all bad for Angela. It's all bad. It's really all bad. So let's talk about young Sandoval. Sandoval, my guy. My guy. Sandoval, smart guy. Really sloppy at times. Definitely all about self. Super guilty. Not the smartest at times. Even though he's very smart. Quite frankly, at this point, mad obvious. Very obvious. So, what happened? He walks in the club. He separates himself from everyone. Cameras are still going on. He didn't even check the room for a camera to see if it was safe to do it, like to put the gun down. He just, hey, I'm gonna go do this. Ralph off in the club. He made sure he stayed away from other agents. He snuck in the office, placed the gun down. I still know why he walked in. Like, he walking around with the gun for. Like, this guy's extremely sloppy. This guy. But beyond that, it's all bad. So he gets the gun off, and he's even like, "Oh, you're overthinking it, Angela." But Angela's gonna be the scenes. Like, Angela might be the one to break. Like, just didn't make sense. Why would he put the gun? Very sloppy guy. Very sloppy. But beyond that, we see Angela gonna gonna try to fix that out. Now, moving on from there, we got Tasha. Tasha was acting a fool this episode. We see her anger pop off twice. The last time versus Angela, first time towards the cameraman, and we see she's trying to talk to the kids, trying to prep them for everything that's going on. People are going to talk to you guys, they'll ask you questions. Don't say anything about your dad's case. Makes sense. Tariq breaks the rule off rip. Not a smart kid at all. But going on from there, we see all that going on. We see she's talking to Tariq. Tariq I don't know what's going on with Tariq, man. The boy's not the smartest. But she's talking to him, telling him. But I do love how he plays Tasha and lets her know, like, damn, this is how he's supposed to act. You just told me to behave. You told me to be on my best behavior and whatnot. You hop out the car, smashing cameras and whatnot. Get your whole little Kanye on. It's not hot, it's not hot. And we see in that whole situation, she wants these kids to understand that this is like, everything's gonna be okay. She's trying to give them some type of normality in the whole situation, but it's not really working. And we see when she gets that call about ghosts, it hits her and Angela. Once they find out about this death penalty, it hits both of them. And neither one of them want that to happen. I don't know what Angela thought was going to happen from this case. I don't even think she really wanted Ghost to go to jail. She just wanted, like, to scare him, kind of, it seems like. I don't think she really thought it was going to, like, stick. I have no idea, like, what she really wanted for a Ghost. It just doesn't make sense to me at this moment what she really wanted from him. So we see she found out about the whole her eyes just whiten up like, Reggie? We see that happen. We see Tasha stuck in front of the kids. First person she go see is Angela about the whole situation. Like, you just gonna let our man go down for some stuff like that you know he didn't do? Raggy? Like, no. Get it, come on, girl, get it together. Get it together. So, going on from there, so much happened this episode. God, I didn't even realize how deep we were in. We got John. So John came up with this whole story about Greg, Tommy, Ghost. I believe the story. I seen the 2 episodes. I seen every episode of Power, and he had me believing like, damn, maybe Tommy did send Ghost to go kill Greg. I'm like, this boy made the perfect story up. And I love how Proctor had the inside man in there to let him know how the story was gonna go. And it was like, bro, this boy John is good. That boy good. That boy good. He had me believe in his story. And I love how he found out that Proctor was going to the media. He's playing a game. First thing he did was go to the judge, try to get like a little gag put on Proctor. And Proctor's like, bruh, you do the same thing in the same situation at the moment. It just wouldn't work out for you. So you just mad because I'm using it. I love how the judge turned it down. Like, yeah, we're not about to have that going on. Moving on to the next part, we got young Julio. So Julio. What can I say about Julio? Julio, boy, he got to step up or something. Dre might take that spot from him. We see when he go meet with Ariel, about Ariel switching up whatnot. We see Julio let his boy get punched. He didn't even put old boy down. You know the situation. That was Tommy and Ghost. Julio would have got hit. It would have been chitty bang bang on the situation. He would have put him down. Or Tommy would have like, you know how Tommy is with his porcelain and fire. He would have hit him with that. You know, we'd have had s'mores on the situation. So we see Tommy get upset when he found out about that situation. He didn't even approach Julio about the situation. We see Tommy go handle it himself. That'll be more later on with that. But we see, I feel like Dre might step up and take that spot for him. Once Dre admit to his whole thing with Kanan, the little fiasco, Dre might be Dre's spot. I don't see Julio might not make it this season. We see that when he mentions Ghost to Tommy gets a little jealousy. That's the only reason I think Dre might not fit the spot, is because Tommy is real jealous about that Ghost situation. And we see that with Keisha. We see when Keisha's talking about, oh, you're the only thing I have in my life that Tasha hasn't took from me. And it really mirrored Tommy's relationship with Ghost. There hasn't been anything that Tommy has had that Ghost hasn't taken from him. So I wouldn't say he took Holly from him, because Holly kind of did that to herself. But as far as like the washing mats, when that whole situation popped off, we see he just take it. Ghost just sold that shit without Tommy's permission. The original drug cartel, Ghost just killed everybody and took everything from Tommy. Tommy wanted to be in the drug business. Ghost didn't. So what Ghost wanted happened. Same thing for Keisha. She wants it. She does it. And I love to see how those relationships mirror each other. I love to see that. And I love to see. I told y'all Keisha and Tommy was gonna pop off. I thought they were together already, because we see they been giving each other puppy dog eyes though. Every episode we see them two together. Good chemistry though. And I love how Tommy pushed a little joke in there. Got yourself a blizzard your first time out. So I love seeing that. And Lala is so damn thick. Oh my God. Boy. That guy. Boy. I love Lala. Lala's so damn sexy. So that's all I really got for that situation. Moving on to our last one of the day. Tony Teresi. Tommy's dad? I think maybe. This might be Tommy's dad. Going from the pieces they gave us, this is really Tommy. I'm pretty sure this is Tommy's dad. Tommy's mom told him he got his temper from his dad. I can see that. He's just not as smart as his dad. A lot of people thought Tommy and Ghost were siblings, because we know Tommy's mom worked for Ghost. Maybe Ghost's dad had a partner in the club business, and it could have been this guy Tony Teresi, whatever how you say the last name. But we see this guy's psycho. Tommy's psycho. His wife can't have kids, and that could have been who was taking care of her. They didn't push that out there for no reason. Who did Tommy take care of? His mom. That whole situation mirrors Tommy deeply. I'm pretty sure this is Tommy's dad. I'm like 100% sure this is Tommy's dad. This is gonna turn out some way to be Tommy's dad. And we see when he mentions St. Patrick, like, oh, where is he from? And he said like where he's from, like, oh, it kind of like clicked to him, like, I know him, like he has a history with him. So this is definitely related to Ghost somehow. We'll probably find out episode 3, episode 4. We'll start seeing those connections between Ghost and Tony Teresi. Even Tommy sound like very similar names. This is Tommy's dad. I got there and said this. I'm guaranteeing this is Tommy's dad. We haven't met Tommy's dad. We haven't met Ghost's dad. We know Ghost's dad is dead. We never really knew too much about Tommy's dad. But this is him. This is Tommy's dad. I'm putting it out there. His wife couldn't have kids, so he's definitely out there sleeping with other people, maybe trying to have a kid. So this is Tommy's dad. 100% proven. We met Tommy's dad. I'm telling you, this is gonna be Tommy's dad by the end of the season. This is Tommy's dad. I don't know how else to say. This is really Tommy's dad. And going on from there, our power move of the week. Gotta go to my boy Tommy. My boy Tommy out here like a young Jeff Gordon in a Dodge Dart. This boy, oh my God. We see he run I love how it's like we see him roll the blunt. We see the Virgin Mary. Real Boricua setting. We see you got the Mother Teresa going on. You got the blunt rolled up. I knew as soon as he rolled the window down that was definitely what was gonna happen. I thought Tommy might just straight up pop him in the car. He didn't do it. I thought Tommy was gonna let it unload, but Tommy didn't do it. I love how Tommy gave him like 1, 2, 10. Then came after him. Like, I love how Tommy was speeding up, hit the brake on him. Speed up, hit the brake on him. Hit the corner, ran him over, kind of like drifted around the corner, zoomed back, stopped on top of him, and then made him say please so he can get off of him. And then peeled out on top of him. Which is like, boy, my boy Tommy is ruthless, and he was enjoying the whole situation. And we see once Tommy do that, once Tommy finds this whole situation out from, I missed a little part when Tommy like finds the whole situation out with Ghost. First person he goes to is Keisha, and like basically kind of opens up to her and everything, and he guarantees her everything will be cool with her. I like to see that. I love to see that. So beyond that, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out some of our merchandise at LÖSTCULTURE.org. You'll see some of our old YouTube videos. We're in the process of getting the whole website updated, changing the whole thing, changing a couple things around. But beyond that, thank you guys for tuning in. And now you preaching daddy special. And make sure you check us out on Twitter, Instagram, everything.
Taking off my nigga tie. It's been a long day. But tomorrow I'm paid, been slaving and working hard, praying I get a raise. It's that drive.